Kia ora, programmers. We are going to learn about two new things today. We're going to learn about a concept called variables and another concept called conditional selection. We're going to have a look at it through looking at this program. So let's hit play and see what it does. So it's going to ask me a question. What's my name? Where do I live? On the planet. Are you okay, Jen? Yes. Cool. I wonder what happens if I say no. Let's have a look. Planet. Nothing. Okay, that's interesting. Let's have a look at the code to understand what's actually happening. So we know what this is. So an event, when the green flag is clicked, we start, and we're using a sensing block to start with, and we're using it to ask a question and wait. Now, previously we've been using statements from the look blocks. So for a question, we're going to ask a question and wait. So it's using a sensing block, and there it is there. We're also going to use the answer that is given by using this little round answer thing to help us set what's called a variable. So let's have a look. So we've got line 2, using the sensing block, asking a question and waiting. So we are waiting for input from the person who's viewing it. And we're going to create a variable. So a variable is like a container that you store something in. So for instance, in the pantry, there might be a container that's labelled flour, where you put the flour, or a container that's labelled sugar, or maybe there's one called rice. In a program, we are going to name our variables dependent on what the question is that we've asked. So this question is, what's your name? So we're going to set the variable to be called name, and that answer will go and be placed in the name container. So you can see I'm using the dark orange blocks, and we're choosing set, and it's got a box with an under little drop down, and you can choose the different variable names, or you could rename a variable, or the first time that you do it, you're likely to be making a variable. So you're going to give it a name, such as name. You can choose, do you want it for all sprites or just this sprite? On this occasion, I'm just choosing this one. Now you can see it's got a tick beside it, and you can see on the stage that it shows up. If I want to get rid of it from the stage, I untick it. Okay, so now when I use that set variable block, I can use the drop down and I can choose the various variable names. So I've chosen name, and so the answer to that question is going to go into the variable container name. So the next thing I want to do, having found out what your name is give you an answer. And so we're going to personalize it. So we're going to use a statement. So from the looks block, use the say hello for 2 seconds, but we're going to change it. And you can see that we've got a green block and a dark orange block. So let's look at the green. These are operators. These allow us to do things. And on this occasion, we've chosen the oval block, and it's a join block. And what it means is it can join 2 words together to make a statement, or concatenate, which is a big word. We'll just use join for now. So what you can see in our 4th block, the purple block, is we're using the join, and we're saying hi, and we're going to use the answer for that first variable called name. So it's say hi name for 2 seconds. Then we're going to ask another question. We're going to set another variable called place, and then we're going to make another couple of statements. Now, down at the bottom here, you can see a lighter orange block called if, then. This is what we're referring to as conditional selection. And you can see we've got a green block in here again. And I'm looking at the green blocks here, and we're using one of these funny shaped ones that have got like angles at each end. And we're using an equals one. So you can see here we've got 3 of them. So if something is greater than, if something is less than, or if something is equal to, doesn't necessarily need to be numbers, but the equal will work for words, the greater or less than I think probably do need to be for numbers. So we're going to use the equal to block, and we're going to say if the answer is yes, then say. That's great to hear. What we discovered when running our program is if I said no, the program doesn't answer anything. So let's see if we can change that. I'm just going to move that if then block, and we'll go and have a look in the control blocks. So here's the if then block, and here we can see an if then else block. So let's grab that. So you can see it's got 2 gaps rather than the 1 gap on the if then block. So I'm going to grab the angled one, so the answer equals yes, and I still want it to say that's great to hear if we say yes. Just get rid of that one. However, if they say anything else, we want them to say something else. So let's get them to say, oh no, and we'll see how that works. Let's give it a play. So my name, where do I live, planet, far, far away, it is cool. Are you okay, Jim? This time I'm going to say no, and I'm expecting that because the answer is not yes, it should say oh no. So let's see. I hit enter. Oh no. Excellent. So that's working. What else could I say to it that's not yes? Right, let me just... Where do I live? I live on a planet. Okay, I could say okay. If I said okay, what am I expecting the program to do? It says if the answer is yes, then say it's great to hear. If it's anything else, say oh no. So I've said okay, I'm expecting oh no. That's what I've got. So that's cool. Alright, so you've got a little bit of work to do. Go and have a look in your OneNote as to what your next tasks are, and you are going to start getting really creative. Last week you were creating and getting pretty excited and doing some really cool stuff, and today we're going to up the ante even more, and it's going to be great. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you can make and how you can explain why it works as well. All right, go to it. Have fun.